Hello, my name is Sarah Moore, and I am a senior at the University of South Carolina and a retail major, and I chose to do my SWOT analysis on a boutique called Rosie True. A SWOT analysis is made up of 4 different components. It's made up of the strengths of a store, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. So I will be addressing each of these sections in my presentation today, focused on Rosie True's boutique. I did some research about the retail market in Jacksonville, Florida, and I found that it has been experiencing substantial growth in the retail real estate, and also there are many new developments. A popular place for exclusive retail shops are in the historic submarkets that are extremely popular in Jacksonville. Rosie True, which is a locally owned specialty clothing boutique, is an example of the many retail stores opening in the market. I went on a visit to Rosie True, and several strengths and opportunities were extremely obvious to me, but there were also very noticeable weakness and threats. So let's discuss them. First, let's talk about the strengths of Rosie True. Their major strength is their central location. The location attracts shoppers and diners alike. The area is within walking distance of some of Jacksonville's elite riverfront neighborhoods, and the area is a combination of retail, dining, and service industries. The store also sits on a prime corner lot and is highly visible from the street in all areas of the submarket. There is on-street parking in front of the store too. Rosie True is the only store of its kind in the area. It is the only retail store targeting clientele that prefers a bohemian-style clothing. The store itself is extremely light and open and has lots of windows. The retail floor is small, so that sales associates can easily engage with all the customers, which is so important in a retail store. The cash register and point of sale area is close to the door, so that allows for the initial greeting of customers when they walk in. The decor also reflects the style of clothing and lifestyle they encompass, which is that bohemian, free-spirited type of style. Rosie True carries brands that are extremely selective as to who carries their products, such as Bella Doll. The inventory is varied from everyday to cocktail dresses and some formal attire, which is wonderful because you can go there and get day clothing, but you also know that you can go there if you're looking for something to wear for the evening. The inventory targets females, and they also have an online presence, and that helps Rosie True to compete with larger retailers. Although Rosie True had many strengths, while I was visiting the store, there were some weaknesses that also stood out to me. The first one would be the store design. It was small and had big windows, which made it difficult to cool and have sufficient airflow, and because of that, the store smelled stale and was stuffy. Also, although there is parking in front of the store, it is shared with all of the San Marco area, so there is a lack of parking, especially during rush hours, such as lunch or dinner. The inventory, although varied, was limited by the number of articles and the size offerings. It is normal for a boutique to have smaller numbers of clothing, but a lot of the smaller sizes were not on the racks. There was only one mirror in the store, and its location made it difficult to use. Everyone was trying to use it at the same time. The dressing rooms were also limited in size and number, There were only 2 dressing rooms, creating a waiting line, and the dressing rooms are secured by curtains, which could make customers feel uncomfortable in such an open environment. The most prevalent weakness during the visit to Rosie True was the lack of customer service. The sales associates did not acknowledge customers as they walked in the door. In fact, the sales associate did not even look up to make eye contact with anyone that walked in. The sales associate continued a conversation with a friend instead of checking with customers. During the visit, there was only 1 sales associate on the floor. The environment was extremely unwelcoming, uncomfortable, and it felt as though customers were intruding on her time and her conversation. This behavior continued as customers with large amounts of clothing to try on were left to find the dressing rooms on their own. Customers expect more from a boutique that sells the quality of clothing that they are selling for the price that they are asking. Rosie True has so many opportunities and room for improvement with their store. One of the things that I think they should focus on is to invest in customer service training with their sales associates to make sure that they are engaging all of the customers. They should also ensure sales associates acknowledge every customer upon entering the store and checking on them as they shop. The sales associates should offer to start dressing rooms for people carrying merchandise. And to combat the long waiting lines for dressing rooms, Rosie True should design a system with hanging racks and an order system so customers understand who will be served next for the dressing room and not have to carry around all their clothes that they want to try on. This provides opportunity for more shopping while waiting, and the sales associates know the name of the customer and what they are trying on. This process will also help deter theft. Another issue that needs to be addressed and a huge opportunity for Rosie True is the parking situation that could be resolved by leasing additional spaces from the restaurant next door. They have an immense parking lot. The restaurant has sufficient parking, and Rosie True could take advantage of that by leasing it through the month. Rosie True should also backstock as their space in the store allows and make sure customers know special sizes can be ordered. If customers see that sizes aren't available, they might lose a sale if they are not being proactive about telling customers they are more than willing to order things for them. And another big problem, to freshen the air, they should research tinting the windows to control the staleness and intense heat. Possibly consider burning one of the candles that the store has in inventory. And those are just a couple ways to combat the weaknesses that I found in the store. Lastly, let's talk about Rosie True's threats. Like many small businesses, Rosie True has a limited inventory and the revenue source is not diversified. Also, there are other competitive retail stores that are opening up and expanding in the area that Rosie True is in, and they are offering similar looks with lower prices. There is also an extreme problem with their poor customer service, and this will result in customers not selecting Rosie True as a shopping venue. With the median price of their products, customers expect a higher level of service than they are currently receiving. Also, a big factor is this location is in high demand, and the rent value will increase with the market. That was obvious from my research that I did earlier. If Rosie True doesn't begin to build loyalty with more customers, and they are forced to relocate, existing customers will not follow them to a new store. Standalone location on a city street is subject to a new city parking requirement as well, and construction zones and new zoning laws. All of these things are major threats to Rosie True and need to be thought about and addressed for the future. In conclusion, it is obvious from my visit that Rosie True is truly in a unique shopping experience. This store has so much potential to be a stable retail store in the San Marco area as well as a staple to that area. The desirable location and the highly recognized address drives clientele to location. Either they're there for dining or for shopping, either or it will bring people to their store. Also, the designer inventory is one of a kind in the area, which also makes them a sought-out store. Their future success will rely heavily on the store improving customer service. I believe that completely, and focusing on catering to their clientele. If they can keep up that catering towards their clientele and continually improving on their customer service, I can see Rosie True being open and successful in the San Marco area for a long time to come.